I didn't know if that was coincidence.
Oh, no, no, we're good.
Yeah. I mean, it did not look good in the first half. What changed in the second half?
We stayed the course, stayed together, didn't ride the highs, didn't ride the lows. Just told ourselves at halftime, we really felt like we were hurting ourselves in the first half. Going out there and just trying to execute each and every given play.
That always comes off like hollow words, I think sometimes. People talk about one game at a time, one play at a time, staying together. And people are like, okay, but what is it about that really holds true? Is there able to just dig down below the surface as to how you guys are able to do that?
Well, I think it's the love that each man in that locker room has for each other. The willingness to put their body on the line in order to not let their teammates down. And I think that's the driving force. It's the relationships in that room. And whether we're playing really good, whether we're playing really bad, this team, we're going to stick together and continue to fight and continue to try to find ways to win football games. And I think we saw that tonight.
Now that it's over, can you say that during the week there was a little bit of motivation to prevent that team from taking their title at least this week?
Absolutely. It's the most important one because it's the next one. I know I say that a lot. It's no different. We understood what was at stake, but at the same time, that wasn't really in the back of our heads. We were just, hey, we got to find a way to win a football game. And, that's what we did tonight.
On the road against a team that just won 10 games in a row. I know that you talked about, rebounding at halftime, but what sparked you guys? Because it felt like there was no hope for a while there.
Yeah. Score, stop, score. I think that's what we did coming out. I think we've been pretty dang good at that over the course of the season. Now, obviously, we want to start faster. We don't want to continue to put ourselves in these holes that we're finding ourselves in. But being able to dig ourselves out and be battle tested come down the stretch here. But yeah, I would love to find ways earlier on in the game to get things going so we don't have to put ourselves in that situation.
You said score, stop, score. After the Steelers game, I think it was you guys were on defense, stop, score, stop, whatever it was. Are those words said at halftime? Does somebody get up and say that this is what we need to do?
Yeah, and if it's not said, it's known within the locker room. But yeah, it's said by a lot of guys. That's the belief that we have in each other of this is what we're going to do. And it's one thing to say it, but it's another thing to go out there and do it.
What have you seen with Dawson?
He just continues to find himself in good situations. He's been making plays. Early on in the year, maybe not a whole lot of hay coming his way, but he's never once complained. He's worked his butt off. He's blocked his tail off in the run game. He's finding himself with these opportunities, come the last few weeks, and he's taking advantage of them. And I love the guy.
Josh, you were seeking out contact today, second down, running in the linebackers. Is that NFC East title on the line, or is what goes into your decision with those?
I wish I could tell you, to be honest. Sometimes it's just that's what the play calls for. I don't know. It's just trying to make plays for the football team.
That's what yesterday like for you guys. You guys were in Providence, right? We're fairly close to the shooting and the shelter in place and all that. What was the day like?
Yeah, very, very scary situation. Obviously, condolences to the families and, prayers are out to everyone that was involved and affected by it. It's a terrible thing. But yeah, obviously we're out. Some guys are eating dinner, blocks away from where it was going on and, making sure that we were getting updates from our team. And I thought we did a great job of communicating with everybody and adding some extra security, at the hotel. But, very scary situation.
You were already in town. You were able to get out of the hotel before that.
Correct.
So there were guys out and about.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I was told I got in right as it was happening. You went right to the hotel, so that was not true. You guys were in and.
I don't know the timeline exactly, but I know there was guys at dinner when the text was being sent out.
Josh, how are you physically? The broadcast showed you vomiting, a little bit on the sideline.
That's, if they don't catch it every game, I don't know. Like it basically happens every game. If I don't get enough out pregame, it usually happens at halftime. If I don't get enough at halftime, it usually happens in the third or fourth quarter. And that's just, I don't know why I do it. It just happens. And it's due to nothing else, but other than just like a weird feeling, just got to get it out.
So are you a little slow to get up after one play two? Any issues health-wise?
Oh, no, all good. Yeah.
Josh, I know after a lot of these comebacks that you guys make, we ask you if there's a play or a moment that stands out. Is there there in this game?
I think, coming out of that second half, may have been Ray Davis' return, putting us in good field position, giving us confidence of, hey, like, let's just go play football now. And we don't have to worry about the score. We're going to take it one play at a time. But he did a great job. He's done a great job the entire season, in that kickoff return spot. And, he's set us up for some really good field position.
Patriots haven't been in games like this. Could you see them starting to get tighter and starting to maybe lose confidence a little bit as you guys were wearing them down?
I wouldn't say that. That's a fantastic team. I think you said they won 10 straight, right? You don't win 10 straight by not being a really, really fantastic football team. So, again, it just kind of sometimes comes down to who makes more plays, and tonight that was us.
At one point from the sideline on a play, Matt Milano looked like he got punched in the face, and he responded with probably one of the best halves he's played all season. How much did that mean to that defense? I know you were on the tablet.
Yeah, I mean, I know he had a couple sacks tonight, some big time plays for our defense. That's the Matt Milano we all know and love.
Yeah, so that third down game on the line, you call it play for Ty Johnson. I know you've been very complimentary of what he provides to this team, but to see him kind of cut out those tough yards and kind of ice the game for you there, what's that mean to you?
I mean, he's always been ready. He stays ready. Whenever his number's called, he's primarily our third down back. But when he has the ball in his hands, typically good things happen. He's a thicker little guy, like just built, and he's hard to bring down. So in that situation, just giving him the ball and letting him push the pile.
What was the thought after all that work to finally get ahead, and then one play later, they're back in the weeds, and you got to do it again? What was the feeling there?
Get up and get out there and play football, one play at a time.
You want to talk about the Brady era Patriots being the standard of the AFC as they were for so long. You guys keep your season alive here, or your AFC alive. What's your pride in being the standard bearer for this division?
Well, honestly, we're not in first place right now, so I can't say that we're the standard bearer. Obviously, the last 5-ish years, we've found sustained success, but never been able to, punch our ticket to the Super Bowl. And at the end of the goal, that's every team's dream. And our goal is not just to win AFC Easts. You got to get into the playoffs to give yourself a chance to win a Super Bowl. So that's what we're trying to do.
Big news over the last 48 hours. I mean, has this weekend been a bit of a whirlwind for you?
I've known for a long time, right? So it's not that crazy to me. But yeah, I mean, obviously the love that I've received from, teammates and friends, it's a really cool, special moment in my life and in my wife's life. And yeah.
Guys, this team, your team and you don't lack for confidence, but when you're able to win a game like this, down 21-0, whatever it was at that time, what does it do? Anything? Because you play at such a high confidence level, but then to be able to do that, there has to be some sort of growth or realization, no?
I think it's maybe over the course of the season what we've done, and you saw it today, of what makes this team of, we're not out of it. We're going to continue to fight one play at a time, no matter what the score is. If it's in the third quarter, it's in the fourth quarter, whatever it is. If we've got a chance and we got the ball, we feel like we like our chances, and that's that. I guess.
Sorry, Josh.
Probably a little while.
I was ready to go, but we were in the middle of the open for postgame, and I walked in.
All right, not a lot of people in attendance. Glory to God. And this microphone here. Okay. Glory to God. Great win. Appreciate all the Buffalo fans that were here to support us today. Resilient, tough football team. And when you're down like we were at halftime, thought the staff did a great job making adjustments. Players executed. Point out a couple guys here just to celebrate. Ray Davis, big time, couple big time kickoff returns that helped set up field position for us and scoring opportunities. Milano with 2 sacks. I know Trey White had an interception, which is a big time play for us there. James Cook over 100 yards, so credit the O-line as well and everybody involved in our offensive running game. And then Dawson Knox, what a week. Holy smokes, right? Having a new baby, he and his wife, and congratulations to them. And and then 2 touchdowns today, and setting the record for Buffalo Bills all-time leading touchdown receptions as a tight end. So great award, great honor, and a great leader as well. So of our football team. So that's all right, Chris. You got it.
You said that the coach did a good job of putting some adjustments together. I know you like to be as even keeled as you possibly can no matter the circumstance. How did you deliver your messaging at halftime? Because those guys look like they got shot out of a cannon in the second half.
Yeah, our guys, they understand. They have a good feel for when they are and when they're not playing the way we need to play. And I saw Josh as I was kind of bringing everybody up, and he looked at me, and I just knew he was seeing it like I was, and then the entire team was on the same vibe. So those guys went out there again, started with our kickoff return with Ray and the group, and then and credit Coach Taves and Coach West there as well. And we got into a good rhythm.
Sean, this isn't new. I mean, kind of done it time and again. Second half of games this season. Obviously, it's a sign of remarkable resilience, but is it problematic in a sense too, of like some of the slow starts?
Always a but, Jay. Always a but. How about an and? That's something we have to work on. Something we have to, get into a rhythm sooner. But there's also an ability to adjust during a game. Anybody can come up with a game plan. It's also what happens when they take certain things away. Are you able to pivot and adjust? And I think that's a sign of a great staff. Yeah, well, we were giving up some runs, and then because of that, they were a 2-dimensional offense and keeping us off balance a little bit there. So, run defense usually starts with gap integrity. So we'll look at it and address it, and we've got to be better. That's for sure. Yeah.
It just felt like that took some stones there to bounce back from that the way you did, and you did it pretty quickly. Just can you kind of address that point of the game and how proud you might be of how they responded to that?
Yeah, that was huge. First of all, for the offense to go and counter when they score, we need to counter regardless of who it is. And then the defense, when they went back out there, they knew it was one play. They had been playing really tough football in the second half. Credit Bobby and the defensive staff and the players for that. The good adjustments again, and they were playing really well. And they made a play. That player's a special player, and he's got speed for sure. So we need to take better angles than we did on the back side of it. That's where it bounced back to on the cutback. So.
The college passing game is really very tapping into the tight ends and the running backs. I mean, today, 13 receptions, 3 touchdowns for your running backs and tight ends in the passing game. How do you feel that has kind of morphed your passing game here down the stretch?
Yeah, it's important that you don't just target one position group, one player. Josh did a great job. I thought Joe called a great game, in particular in the second half. And, Josh was taking what the defense was giving him. And that's a sign of an offense that's unselfish, that's disciplined, and is in a rhythm.
I apologize if you addressed it before I came in, but the decision not to challenge on their long completion
early on. Yeah, we didn't have anything. We didn't have a replay quick enough for us to do it. What I saw on the video board, it was close, and those are, you never know. So we didn't have any replay, and they got up to the ball fast. So it's at the end of the day, it worked out. So.
Are you given any descriptions when there's replay assistant coming in, why it happens or why it doesn't? Because I think a lot of fans were confused about that a couple times, where it felt like there was replay assistant and on some there wasn't.
Your question's a little bit cloudy, but the short answer is sometimes we know, sometimes we don't. And, the referees do a really good job of communicating, especially since the onset of the replay assist. It's loud in the stadium, so in their defense, but sometimes they chime in, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you think they will and they don't, but it's all part of the game. The game ebbs and flows, and whether it's a challenge in the first half, if I had we didn't have any view in the booth upstairs, so it was a hard deal.
Hey, Sean, a couple of your players said that they did hear the Patriots chirping at halftime, particularly Diggs and Collins, two of your guys, were very demonstrative. They said they took it to heart a little bit. Did you notice any of that?
No, I didn't. This game isn't about any one player or two players in this case. Those guys are great players, and really it's just about a team game. That's what it's about. And our team finished the game today the way we needed to finish and got a win, so we move on.
You talked about feeling players. Did you feel Matt Milano?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was vibing out there. You probably felt him up in the box. I mean, 2 sacks. Bobby made, those 2 calls and Matt cashed in. So it was good to see. He's been working his tail off to get himself back to where he was today. So I credit him and all the training staff and everything.
Does it feel good not let them celebrate today?
It feels good to win. It does. I mean, we came in here to play a football game. We're not really into their goals. We're into our own journey, and we have a lot of respect for them, and their coaches do a great job. So, we just wanted to play as good as we could and get a win, and we did.
Hey, Sean, what went into the decision to have you finish
Again, just trying to, put guys based on the game plan, week to week in there that, we feel like is the right approach. We'll go back and reevaluate after this week as well, as offensively, defensively, and special teams. But we have a lot of confidence in game.
Sorry if you were asked this already. Any update on Jordan?
No, I don't have anything for you.
It's a bit of a scary situation yesterday over the 24 hours.
Yeah, I should have started this press conference off by extending our prayers, thoughts, sympathies. Just in a very unfortunate situation and a shame. It really is. And, I prayed for them. We prayed for them as a team last night, for everyone involved, Brown University. There's things in life that are bigger than football. And I thought it was important that we did that when we came together as a team last night. So I'm just ashamed, just unfortunate and a shame that goes on in our world. All right. Thank you.